hear people saying they want to come to the UK, the UK, I'm like, what are you actually coming to the UK for? There's nothing in this country. It's hard. No.
Look, I'm fed up. I'm really fed up. It's not easy. I'm not lying, no. It's not easy here.
If you have a family member who lives in London, they don't have money. Forget it. They do not have money.
Greetings, my beautiful people. I hope you're well, and I welcome you back to my channel. So for many of us in Africa, going to the UK is always seen as the ultimate dream to success, better opportunities, and a good life. But that dream has been shaken by the voices of our brothers and sisters in the UK. Africans in the UK are not talking out, and their message is both shocking and heartbreaking. Don't come to the UK if you cannot handle the pressure. So in this video, we are going to react to the real life experiences, long hours of work just to pay rent, skyrocketing bills, depression, and a deep sense of isolation. It is not the rosy picture many of us imagine here in Africa. So let's drive in and hear what they're talking about. Then we come back with a complete analysis about this topic, all right? And if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing so you never miss any update from my videos. Let's dive into it.
I just don't want to do this anymore. It's so cold in here, as you can see. I'm wrapped up in a duvet. My son's got like 3 different layers on, just to try and stay warm because it's so cold in here.
Watching that woman's video broke my heart this morning. She said she had to choose between gas and electric. And she ended up choosing electric because she needed to cook for her children to eat. And that the gas, she couldn't afford it. So she was literally freezing and shaking in that video, as you can see. And people are going through a lot in the UK right now. It's not even a joke. It is not a joke. Especially when you live in these old houses that were built ages ago. The insulation is bad. I remember when I moved to the UK, I lived in such a house. So renting a proper house was difficult. And Ariella was one, and my son, I was pregnant with my son then. I would hold Ariella shivering like this in front of the heater. The heater is on, but we are still shivering. It's not, the cold was too much. It's not like these houses where we live now, like where I live now. These are one of the newer homes that have been built, well insulated. I use only electric in my house. And when I put on my electric heater, 1 hour, it can last me even the whole night. I don't sleep with heating. My kids sleep with heating. The other day, I loaded 100 pounds on my electric meter. And I had cooked that night. I did washing. And then I left my children's heater till morning. By morning, the money had dropped to 60 pounds. I was like, 40 pounds in a day. How are people managing? If you live in Africa, now is the time to help your family that is abroad. If you change 90,000 naira or whatever it is, cedis or rand, and you send them 100 pounds for them to use for their electric or gas bills, they will bless you and thank you. If you live in Africa and you are used to your family members sending you money and they cannot send for you this period, have some compassion. Now is the wrongest time to ask anybody that lives abroad for money. If you do it, you're a murderer. People are going through hell.
Are people going to talk about how living in the UK is actually depressing? The UK is just not it anymore. Like, the UK was it like back in the day, hence why like our parents migrated. But like when I hear people saying they want to come to the UK, the UK, I'm like, what are you actually coming to the UK for? There's nothing in this country. Food is expensive, transport is expensive, everything, living is expensive, like everything, housing is expensive. Like, why would you want to move to the UK? Like, I have a question for like foreigners. Why do you guys come to the UK? I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, every day I just like get on the train, go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, repeat. Like, I feel like a robot. I'm a disappointment to my late dad. I feel like I'm a disappointment to my mom because I have not achieved anything. And I don't even know where to start from if I go back home. You guys know when we watch Nollywood movie, so when we go to abroad 1 year after, the person will make it and be rich. That is not the way it is. Abroad is very hard. In UK or in Canada or anything,
Look, I'm fed up. I'm really fed up. This thing is getting out of hand. If you're my friend, don't be offended, but the billing is too much, and I won't use billing taking me. When your friend travel abroad and she doesn't message you or call you like she used to, it's not because she's feeling big. You don't know what your friend is going through. You don't know what she's going through. You back home, you're the one that's supposed to be checking on your friend, seeing how she's settling down, seeing how she's adapting to the weather and everything. But no, it's only when you want to beam me, you message me. It doesn't make any sense, and it's sad. It's really sad. People are going into debt just to live flashy lifestyle here. It's not like that. So yeah, it's not heaven. No, it's not the way people make it seem. It's not like that. Stop the billing, please. You're the one that's supposed to be checking on me. It's not only when you want to collect from me that you tell me, Alpha. It doesn't make any sense. Please, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts on this, because it's getting out of hand. I beg. Check on me because you love me, not because you want to be me. People are going into debt just to please you guys back home. It doesn't make any sense. It's not easy here. It's not easy.
This is another issue why I keep warning people about the danger of moving to that UK. Understand? So here is a Nigerian young mom. She abandoned a 10-month-old baby at home alone simply because she wanted to meet up with her nursing job, shift, whether night shift or something. Understand? And now she's been sentenced to 3 years in prison. To me, it's not fair to that innocent baby. She's supposed to be given from 50 to life imprisonment. Believe me, that would be a fair justice, honestly speaking. So for those of you still want to go to the UK, it's not easy out there, believe me. Once you are in the UK, the only way you can survive is to work and work and work. Understand? Because UK situation is the more you look, the less you see. Understand? You work, you pay your bill, and the money is gone. You work, pay your bill, the money is gone. That's it. That's the situation there. Except maybe you want to engage yourself in some illegal activities. But believe me, bro, a lot of people are there. They survive soundly on their salary, which of course is not even enough. Believe me, even before the end of the month, before the next salary, people, they are already living off credit, you understand? You borrow here and there, even before your salary. So it's very terrible. You can't survive there. There's nothing for you to survive. There's nothing for you to lean on. That your salary, if you like, for job, it will not still be enough for you to survive in the UK. You understand? So avoid going to that UK. I know what I'm saying. I'm Mr. Z.
There are people who will survive in London, and there are people who will never survive in London. And if you are this kind of a person, listen to this video very carefully. Don't move to London if you are this kind of a person. First of all, if you are somebody that suffers from mental health, mental wellness, anxiety, don't move to London, because London is a place that will test your anxiety strength, your mental health strength, all of the above to the maximum. Like, it is a place where even if you didn't have depression, you can have depression. I don't necessarily have depression or suffer from anxieties, but in the times that I've spent a lot of time in London, I can see symptoms creeping up, Number two, if you're somebody that values cleanliness, don't move to London. Don't move to London because London is dirty. London is very filthy. It is dirty. It will flare up your allergies if you're somebody that has allergies because of its filthiness, It will cause you to have asthma if you don't have asthma because it's so polluted, It is so filthy. I have a friend who moved to London, I think about 3 years ago, and she didn't have asthma. She came from South Africa. Today she has asthma because of London. Don't move to London if you're somebody who values community, number 3. Because in London, there is no such thing. There is no community. Nobody values community in London. People live on their own. They die inside on their own. If they are feeling lonely, they do it. They sit inside on their own. Like, nobody values anything that has to do with a community in London. Number 4, don't move to London if you are somebody that wants to find a relationship or get married. It will not happen. I'm telling you, it's just not a place for that to happen, because people keep to themselves. People are going through the most. People are, like all of the things that I've mentioned, they're depressed, they have anxiety, they have issues, they don't have a community, lifestyle. You will never be able to meet somebody if you are looking to actually get married in London. And number 4, if you are somebody who suffers from like alcohol problems, don't move to London, because people in London drink. And if you are somebody that is an alcoholic and you are trying to avoid, falling into the deep end of alcoholism, London is not a place for you, because you will see alcoholics in London. Even a man in a suit, a man who wears a suit, like a pinned up suit, walks like a stagwa in London. That's how much people drink in London, because the place is just not for the not so strong.
There are no houses for the youngsters, and that's about it, really. There isn't much more to say, as the politics are bad, the government is bad. We need a complete reshuffle.
Do you feel sorry for young people trying to get on the housing ladder?
I do, so much, yeah, because they don't have a chance, do they? There's no hope for them. I mean, where are they going to find 30,000 to put down as a deposit? Rents are incredibly high. So no, I don't think it's fair on them.
A lot of the people commentating on the housing market about advice given to young people seems to be stop eating avocado on toast, stop buying coffees. What do you make of sentiment like that?
Go to the young people who are single parents. They don't have avocado on toast. They'll probably be lucky if they get a piece of toast, never mind about avocado. So no, that's rubbish.
Sorry guys, askisini, but can those of us who are living or working outside of our birth countries just admit, Uti, this whole living abroad thing is hard. No. I am so sorry. I feel like sihambile and we have glamorized this whole living overseas or working overseas, and we are not telling abantu the actual truth of just some of the difficulties of living in a country that, one, is not yours, a country whereby culture is different, the language is different, the way everything happens is different, the culture shocks are different. But no, siyathanda poster when you are now on a flight or you are now on a gupi, because you now have the financial to be able to go and do those nice things. Mara as let me tell you guys some of the things that a lot of these wonderful I work abroad and I live overseas do not tell you. Number 1, the loneliness. If you have never experienced loneliness and literally feeling even more alone, when you pack up your life and you pack up everything, from your friends to your family to even guys, even the ladies abakshalama plastic, you will miss that. It gets so lonely that even when you're outside, it is still lonely, especially if you're a person of color who is living in Europe, because guess what? It's not too good to be funa everywhere. So it's isizungu, see, very, very real. It is dear, baba. Kuyadura. Things are expensive. If you thought you were going to apply boy maths, girl maths, South African maths, it doesn't matter, African maths, where you tell yourself, I earn so much in my local home currency and in euros or in dollars or whatever, a currency your current country uses, and I'm gonna do this. Oh, but I'm a plan. You start building people's kitchens, you starting to think this, start to think that. And no one would actually even tell you that small things, maybe not small, but things like meat
are expensive, very expensive, and that people living in Europe, some can't even afford inyama.
Can my fellow South Africans who've also moved to the UK, specifically in London, can we gather here and cry? Because rent is the death of us. Like, I didn't realize that moving to London, I would have to downgrade the standard of living. So before I moved here, I lived in Sandton, and I had a 2-bedroom apartment, beautiful gated community, security, blah, blah, blah. And I was paying less than 18,000 rands. Okay, which here, if you were to convert, it's about 400 somewhere, I don't know, but less than 600 pounds. Anyway, I am currently renting altogether 1,800 pounds. So 1,600 for rent and 200 for utilities. So if you were to convert that, it's around about, let's just say 42,000 rands. I now want to upgrade. You know, I've been in London now for almost 2 years. I want to move where the corporate girlies and the guys, the hands are at. You know, I want the city view. I want the, you know, tall, long windows. I want beautiful finishing. You know what I mean? Started looking. Minimum rent is £2,000. Minimum rent is £2,000. This is before I pay the utilities. So, which means altogether, I'm looking at about 2,200. If you were to convert that, 8,000 rands, guys. If you have a family member who lives in London, they don't have money. Forget it. They do not have money. Their money is spent on rent. That's all they are working for. They are working for rental in London. So if they are giving you the little that they have, you must appreciate, because it's probably half. It's coming from the other half of their earnings, because the other half has gone to rent. So yes, of course. I mean, I wouldn't change my situation. I'm happy being in London, but I just want us to cry together and see if we can find a solution. I don't actually mind sharing. Yes, if I could find someone who's also a corporate girly, who also has high standards, and we can rent, let's say we can rent an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment for £3,000, I'm in. Okay, it's just that, oh my goodness, I can't afford £3,000.
The UK, the majority of us came here because somewhere down the line in our family, someone decided to immigrate from Nigeria to the UK to give us a better life. That means we're not here by choice. We are here by circumstance. And whilst you are here in the UK, you are a minority. And that means sometimes you are subjected to microaggressions or racism simply because you don't originally come from here. And then when you go back home to Nigeria, you're deemed as the in-it people because when you speak the language, you speak it with an English tone, or you can't speak it at all. And this is where the whole feeling of not belonging anywhere comes from, because in the UK, we're not really from there. And then when you go back to Nigeria, they make it very clear to you that you're not one of them. Those of us that were born here, majority of us, our families didn't speak to us in Yoruba. If we hear Yoruba, it's through music, it's through film, and it might be through observing our parents speaking to each other, talking to their friends, or, you know, on the phone to somebody back home. But directly to us, a lot of us, our parents only spoke to us in English.
Don't come to the UK. If you know that these things are discouraging you, feel like the current situation of things does not favor you, please don't come. Go elsewhere. There's US, there's Australia. You can always stay in your home country as well.
Hearing this story, it makes you pause and really think about it, all right? You know, it's so easy to judge someone who lives abroad when they say that they don't have money. They cannot send money back at home. But the truth is, many of them are barely surviving, working 2 or 3 hours, you know, of jobs just to keep a roof over their heads. No time for rest. No one to talk to. No time for joy, you know. I think we need to change the narrative that life abroad is not a guaranteed success. It is a tough grind, and not everyone makes it, all right? So to those of us in Africa, I think we should start checking on our brothers and sisters, not expecting and waiting for M-Pesa alerts all the time, all right? And to our brothers and sisters who are in the UK, just know we hear you, we see you, and we send love, okay? Sometimes staying at home and building at home might be a better option than just chasing a dream that's turning into a nightmare, okay? So thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you found value in what you shared, kindly consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you never miss any update from our videos. Your support really means a lot, and it helps us keep bringing you more insightful content. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.